Hi, I'm Betty Hawkins Emery, and I'm co-chair of the Alliance National Parent Partnership Council. I'm here with my friend Lana, and we are going to discuss the importance of storytelling. I would like for you, if you could, share with us your story, and afterwards we'll talk about the impact your story had on our community.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to share at least one of my stories. I'm not sure exactly which story you heard, but the story that I would share at this moment is just my journey through life, starting with as a child. I'm a product of a single parent home. My mother had 7 children and she raised on her own. We've, for the most part, always stayed in low income projects and our low income housing. I was abandoned at birth, and I think about that and did not realize how impactful that was on just me going through life. I ended up becoming a teen parent. I kind of fell for this guy, and my first time interacting with him and engaging with him sexually, I was pregnant on my very first time. That was a traumatic experience for me because I was in denial for at least 6 months of my pregnancy. And it's like, how can you be in denial? And my hopes and my dreams for what I thought would get me out of a situation from projects and poverty and things, they diminished. So I was at this point where I don't know what I'm gonna do now. But for some reason I found the strength to take what I say lemon and make lemonades, and get through it, persevere, and become resilient.
How is that affecting what you do now? What do you do? How are you doing it now? And how did that affect your community?
Wow, that's a terrific question. Because I do feel like just my life, what I've been through, and what I feel like I have came on the other side of, in spite of it's just so much you can't really tell, has put me in this position where all I want to do is serve. So I've been a servant for the serving people, serving families, serving kids.
How are you doing that?
I'm doing that through my work. Of course, now with the Oklahoma Commission for Children and Youth on a Parent Partnership, I've done that as Tulsa School Board member for 12 years. I've done that as when I've worked in Oklahoma State University, Tulsa as Community Relations Manager. I've done that through my work as a City of Tulsa Human Rights Director. If you think about all of those as work, and I'm currently the president of North Tulsa Economic Development Initiative Organization that is focused on rebuilding North Tulsa, one project at a time.
Lana, I recently attended a commissioners meeting where you shared your story with the commissioners about what we call daycare deserts and how that is affecting our work environment and whether a family can work or not. Can you tell me, share that story with us today?
Thank you for that question. Child care deserts is a real thing in the state of Oklahoma and in America. And when we have child care deserts, it really prevents people's opportunities for their kids and for the families to work, and for the kids, for them to learn. If we give a child at an early age the opportunity to be exposed to education early, they're going to hold on to that. So no matter what school they're going into, they have a love of learning and begin to have a thirst for learning, and they have a solid foundation that, when I talked earlier about resiliency, and in spite of something that they may be going through at home, that they, because of this foundational piece. So I think it's important that we always have early learning structures, and that they're supported with funding, supported with resources, supported with partnerships, and it engages the parents in that atmosphere. One of the things I always talk about and continue is about equity. Equity is about meeting people where they are. So, some people say equal that, if we give the same resources to everybody across the board, that should solve the problem, but it won't. Because equity, for me personally, going to schools where I was miseducated or, not being exposed. If I start out so far behind and you up here, then I do need more resources. That child does need more resources to kind of catch up. But if we address these things through our early childhood education system, child care centers, child care homes, or other early childhood settings, then we give our kids, our families, a better chance of succeeding and just really being great role models and citizens in our communities.
Well, thank you again, Lana. And I'd like once again to invite you to tell your stories. The impact is always better than the intent.